question for you. What campfire songs do you do with your scouts while sitting around the evening campfire? Maybe you're a lover of skits, of campfire songs, but I do love a good campfire game. And that's what we're talking about in this video. If you've never come across my channel, well, thank you very much. My name is Mark. I'm an online scout leader helping you become the best scout leader that you can be. And apologies for this really dodgy voice. I'm suffering with man flu. I came back recently from freezer camp and now I've got this stuffy nose. So I don't normally sound like this, but I need to do this vlog. A heads up, these games can go on for ages and ages and ages. But you do need someone who knows the answer, or like an older scout who's done the games before, even a leader, because otherwise it will take you hours and you'll only be able to play one game. Right, game number one, I went to the shop. Everyone's sitting around the campfire and you go round one by one and you say, I went to the shop and I bought A. And it can be any item. But here's the answer. Here's the key on how you would win it. So for me, my name is Mark, an item starting with the letter M. So for instance, you would say, I went to the shop and I bought a mug. I went to the shop and I bought a monkey. I went to the shop and I bought a Mars bar. Now, if your name was Karen, you would say, I went to the shop and I bought a kangaroo. I went to the shop and I bought a kilo of chocolate. I went to the shop and I bought some keys. So you buy an item starting with the letter of U, yeah? Now, when it goes round, your other person who's involved would say, yes, you did. So I would say, I went to the shop and I bought a monkey. The other person would say, yes, you did. It goes to the next person sitting next to you and they have no idea what you're talking about. The first round is always quite interesting. Now, this scout is called Barry, all right? And Barry says, I went to the shop and I bought a monkey. No, you didn't. Now, sometimes when it goes around the circle, they might accidentally say an item starting with their letter of their first name. And they have no idea when you say, well, yes, you did. What I normally do, my round, I kind of try and think of an animal. So I'd say a monkey, a marmoset, a mammoth, a macaque. Is that a bird? So then people think, oh, it's an animal. Whew, over it goes. And then as it goes round 3-4 times, people pick up that, oh, this is how you win. But like I say, you need 1 or 2 other people in your campfire circle to get the game going. Otherwise, it will never work. Right, game number 2, the magical train ride. This is where you go on a train ride. Here we go. See if you can work it out. I went on a train ride and I went from London to New York. I went on a train ride and I went from Windsor to Russia. I went on a train ride and went from Wales to Switzerland. Now again, this game, you need someone else in to help you who knows how to play the game. Otherwise, again, it will go on for hours. Now this one, you need 2 destinations, all right? The first destination can be any place, but you take the last letter of that destination and that is the start of the second destination. So remember, I went from Windsor, R, to Russia. Russia starts with R. I went from Wales, S, Switzerland, S. Get it? Now, once that goes round, people are like, what? Now, that one took me a while to work it out. But once you get it, you're like, oh boy, wow. But you're not allowed to tell the answer. Right, next game of my favorite campfire games is the magical painting. So you sit around in a circle again and you have to paint something, all right? So you might get a stick or a pen and you say, right, today I'm going to be painting Baden Powell. Now that painting could be anything, any sunrise, cup of tea, a monkey, can be anything, all right? Now the trick is when you pass that paintbrush on to the next person, you have to say thank you. The paintbrush goes to the next person and they say, I'm going to be painting a monkey. Now, if they didn't say thank you, when the paintbrush was handed over to them, you say, no, you didn't, all right? So the next person gets the paintbrush, they say, thank you. I'm going to be painting a picture of a beautiful sunset. Yes, you did. The paintbrush goes to the next person. Thanks. I painted a picture of our troop. Yes, you did. The paintbrush goes to the next person. I painted a picture of my family. No, you didn't. Because they didn't say the word thank you. Now you can say thank you, thanks, cheers, obrigado, obrigada, any particular way of saying thank you. Obrigado, obrigada is Portuguese for thank you, by the way, because my wife's Portuguese. And that's the idea of the game. The word thank you goes a long way. Right, my last campfire game, game number 4, you need some scissors. Now this game took me for hours to work out, and I can remember where I was. I was at Tolmer's campsite, summer holidays, and there was London riots going on, okay, and we were listening to the radio in the background, and I could hear about the riots in London. I was getting a bit panicky attacked because it was getting closer to home, and I was a bit worried because my wife was home alone that weekend, and on the radio the riots were getting closer and closer to where we live. But we were playing this game, and I was kind of wanting to get home to go and look after her, but I wanted to know about the scissor game. And it's amazing, like, those campfire games bring back those memories, and I can instantly remember playing this game and know I was in the mess tent at Tolmer's. It's amazing, isn't it? It's a bit like when you hear a song, you transport it back to when you're a kid or a wedding. Or I digress. Scissor game. Everyone sits there. Now this has to be a sitting down game, okay? And you pass the scissors, you inspect the scissors, you can do anything you want, and then you pass them saying scissors crossed. Yes, they are. Next person gets them, and they inspect them, and they say scissors uncrossed. Goes to the next one. The scout has no idea, so they just copy and say scissors uncrossed. Yeah, they are. Next scout comes along, no idea, looks at them, scissors crossed. Yeah, they are. Now, the secret is, it's all to do with your legs. When you pass the scissors, it's got nothing to do with these, whether these are open, crossed, uncrossed, whatever. It's to do with your feet, whether they are crossed or uncrossed. Now, you don't make a big scene of this one, all right? You just subtly cross your legs over, uncross them, all right? Now, this took me ages, like I said. And in the end, people are kind of blatantly with their legs. These scissors, and they were like really going for it, slamming it. Uncrossed. Crossed. People were kind of pointing down, and then, oh my God, it suddenly dawns on you that it's got nothing to do with the scissors. It's to do with the people sitting cross-legged or uncrossed. And you're like, oh my God, it was so simple as that. But once you get it, you're like, oh man, it was so easy. So there you go, Scout Leaders. My favorite games that I like to play around the campfire. My favorite 4 campfire games. I went to the shops. Magical Mystery Ride, Magical Painting, and Scissors Crossed, Uncrossed. Scout Leaders, what games do you like to play around the campfire? Maybe you don't play campfire games. Maybe you are a fan of skits, songs, or maybe you do all 4 of those different things, you know? Comment below, tell me what you love to do around the campfire.